Ilo po mga kababayan, si Dante Maravillas. Pag-usapan natin itong sabi, may plano na naman na manggulo. Magsasagawa na naman ng mga protest rallies. People power siguro mga kababayan. Wala kayong kadala-dala. Wala man maniwala sa inyo. Yung mga gustong tanggalin ang ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Ginagamit ninyo pati si Kiko Barsaga. Sige, post ni Kiko Barsaga, mga kababayan. Ayan, Congressman Barsaga's statement on former President Duterte. Yan, President Marcos will not politically survive if former President Duterte returns to the Philippines. Marcos is doing all that he can to ensure that President Duterte dies in The Hague. Yan ang panggagatong nila. Sige ang gawa na kung ano-anong kwento, pati yung PCG, Philippine Coast Guard, dinamay na ni Barsaga. Yan ang mga post niya. Congressman Kiko Barsaga is advised not to meet with PCG Tariela due to threats of ambush by PCG personnel. Mga post niya to mismo, mga kababayan. May pa-breaking news pang nalalaman. Kanyang post man lang po yan. Tapos sabay react ng mga DDS, mga kababayan, na bilib sa kanya. Siguro si Commodore Tariela, gumawa na kayo ng mga legal actions. Kasi nagtatahi ng kwento, itong si Kiko Barsaga, ang gagatong ng gulo. Kung ano-ano na lang pinagpo-post mga kababayan, mapansin lang ng publiko. Ba? O ngayon, nag-post si Atty. Jesus Falsis. Ito daw yung game plan ng mga DDS. Magpapaputok ng iskandalo that leads to BBM between November 3, bukas, between November 3 and 7. Then a massive rally by INC plus GIL plus yung Church ni Kibuloy. Yung GIL, yung grupo ni Joel Villanueva, around November 15 to 18. The anniversary of Ferdinand Marcos Sr.'s burial at libingan ng mga bayani to preempt the November 30 rally. Kaya sabi ni Atty. Falsis, magpapauto ba tayo? Galit kasi din yung GIL mga kababayan kasi si Joel Villanueva na pastor nila, senador, pinapakasuhan ng ICI kasama si Jingo Estrada, Isaldico, yung DPWH sa USEC, si Bernardo, yung taga-COA, si Lipana, saka yung isang dating congresswoman, si Mitch Kahahon. Oy, kung naniniwala po si Senator Joel Villanueva na wala siyang kinalaman, diharapin niya po yung kaso tulad ng dati na kinasuhan sa ombudsman sa PDAP scam, yung dismissal order ni dating ombudsman na Conchita Morales, Carpio Morales, lang dinismiss ni Martires. Di ba? Sagutin niya kung talagang naniniwala siya na hindi siya guilty tulad ng nangyari sa PDAP. Iba po, ginagamit yung church, yung grupo niya para i-cover po yung pagkasabit niya dito sa flood control scam. At ang sabi ni Atty. Falsis, may planong magsagawa ng massive rally daw. Magpapaputok daw ng iskandalo that leads to BBM kuno. Hindi pa tayo nadala. Pag ang kwento galing po sa DDS, fake news. Tulad ng issue mga kababayan sa yung tulad ng pulburon video. Hindi umobra yung pasabog. Di ba? Malamang ganon. Baka parehas. Huwag kami mga DDS. Pag galing sa inyo yung kwento, wala nang maniwala kasi mga probadong mga sinungaling kayo tulad ng leader ninyo. Ngayon, before na bumalik yung ating Pangulo mula sa Busan, South Korea for the APEC Leader Summit, may ginawa pong press con doon, kapihan with the mainstream media, na itanong itong mga tungkol sa possible mga protest na pigpaplano po ng iba-ibang grupo laban sa korupsyon. Pakinggan natin mga kababayan yung naging sagot ng ating Pangulong Bongbong.
Bilyonaryo? Good evening, Mr. President. Another large-scale protest is slated for November 30 on Bonifacio Day, with rights groups convening since October po. And they said it's going to be bigger than September 21st. Is this a cause for concern, sir?
Yeah. Cause for?
Concern.
No. The only concern I have when we have demonstrations for whatever reason is that there are agitators who will go and try to cause trouble. What demonstrator goes to a demonstration with Molotov cocktails that are not intending to cause trouble or to hurt people? Those are the people that we are worried about. And those are the people that we are watching out for. We have a good idea who they are. And I hope that they don't, tanggalin na ninyo sa isip ninyo yan. Manggugulo kayo, wala namang mangyayari, may masasaktan lang. Nasasaktan pa yung mga kasama ninyo kuminsan. Yung mga pulis, wala namang kinalaman yung pulis. They're just there to control the crowd. They're not there to hurt anyone. So that's the only thing I worry about. That's the only thing I worry about. Because we know the reasons for this. The reasons is the outrage for what we have been slowly or not so slowly discovering about some of these projects that were egregious in implementation and shameless in, I don't know what you want to call it, in dishonesty and abuse. So, of course they will... You know, of course that will be a cause for outrage. You know, those funds are supposed to go to people, to feed people, to make their lives better, and that all disappear because they're buying airplanes and buying big mansions kung saan-saan. It's, you know, of course they'll be angry. Isipin mo, ang buhay nila ganyan, kami gutom. How can you be happy?
Thank you, Mr. President. That's all. All right. The next question from Eden, Net 25.
Mr. President, good evening po. More than a month na pong naitatag yung ICI, going back to dun po sa issue ng ICI, may we know po kung meron na po bang nai-allot na budget o pondo para kung meron na pong nailaang budget, may budget na po ba ang ICI para sa kanilang how much? Kasi po sinasabi ng ICI
I don't have the details kasi joke din eh. Kasi we had to, once we appointed the people who were going to sit on the ICI, then they had to do the organizational part, and then we asked them, you know, we won't tell you kasi nga talaga gusto kong ayoko makialam. So ang sanabi na lang namin, ano yung kailangan ninyo? How much will it cost? We will provide the fund, and it's not a big amount because it's really staffing, computers, printers, the usual office equipment. So so it keeps changing. The number keeps changing. So, but we can provide some. I don't know what the latest numbers are, pero kasi yun na nga, una yung staffing kakaunti lang, tapos medyo dumami, then they're trying to create other departments to do the research, to do the investigation, to do the forensic accounting, all of those things. So it's a work in progress. That's the best way I could put it. It's a work in progress. We are again committed to providing whatever funding is necessary, and we can get to you. It's not going to be a final number, but we'll get to you what we've done so far.
Pero kailan po talaga na ibigay yung kanilang budget? Kasi kailan po na ibigay sa ICI yung budget nila? Kasi 2 weeks ago pa parang nagsabi na wala silang fund. Wala silang funds
doon sa mga gusto nilang gawin. Kasi talaga bago lang sabi, we need more of this. We need this that we didn't realize we needed before. So hindi pa namin napondohan. But as I said, we're committed to make sure that they can to fund their investigation, to make sure that everything that they want to do with the investigation they can do. That they have all the people that they need, that they have all of the whatever equipment that they need, all of that. even information, which is probably the most important thing of all. And funding is important, but if I think the most important promise I made to them is that any single item of information that you require from any department in the executive, you have it. No questions, no subpoena, no nothing. You have it. Basta i-request nyo sa amin, nasa inyo na. That's probably the most important commitment that we made, beyond the funding.
Salamat po, Mr. President. Ace Romero from the Philippine Star.
President, you ordered the reduction of construction costs of DPWH projects, even widened it to cover those of farm-to-market roads, irrigation, classrooms, and hospitals. Exactly. In the case of DPWH, you said several items such as asphalt, steel bars, and cement were overpriced by as much as 50%. Yes. Is your expanded cost-cutting directive an acknowledgement that there's indeed a widespread overpricing of projects in the 2026 budget?
Well, that's exactly what we've done. You know how this came about? It's because I remember the costs, when I was governor in Ilocos Norte, the costs by administration, yung by administration ginagawa ng LGU, yung parehong school building, mas mura sa amin kaysa sa DPWH. Yung kalsada, mas mura sa amin, so hindi ko namin maintindihan. Well, I thought, siyempre, part of that's already corruption. Pero iba yung presyuhan ko minsan ng DPWH doon sa kung BP, you go to the hardware store and you buy the construction materials from the hardware store, it's cheaper than if DPWH charges it. Because also, it's not, corruption is part of it. But the other part of it is the tinatawag sa friction cost. The bureaucracy is so complex. Ang dami mong gagawin before you can get a permit. Ang dami mong gagawin bago ka makapag-procure. Kuminsan talagang red tape lang talaga. And that costs money. That costs money. So, because we are reducing that side of it, the red tape of it anyway, sabi na, we don't have to pay for that red tape anymore. So let's bring the prices down to something closer to market, to what anybody else can buy in the store. So yun ang aming talagang habol. Hindi na kasi napupunta yan. Ang una naming inayos was the DBM put out now has a website where you can order all the LGUs basically ang tinitignan namin, or any kinds of equipment. You have a choice. You can buy, basta it's all accredited. At saka nakalista doon, naka-display doon yung presyo. So hindi ka makapag-overprice. So that was the LGU. Now, this is the public, this is DPWH. So, yun ang talagang, meron din talaga nakikita na overprice. Na part of it is corruption, part of it is red tape and friction costs. So, well, Secretary Vince, nakita nyo naman, he's working very, very hard to find all of the areas where we can make some savings so that the expenditures of DPWH will be very, very effective and will have a good multiplier effect. So, yes, so this is, we've been doing this, malaki lang ang values nito kasi sa DPWH, laki-laki ng pera eh. Pero matagal na namin ginagawa ito, naghahanap kami ng savings in all the departments and all the, mag-streamline kami para hindi pa ulit-ulit yung mga procedure. All of those things we've been doing. Now it's DPWH's turn.
So, kita na ninyo, matindi talaga po ang korupsyon. At itong korupsyon, ang nangunguna po sa paglaban sa korupsyon, mismo yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Gusto itong i-hijack ng mga troublemakers, mga DDS, mga kababayan, para iupo si Sara. Ganon ang plano nila. Kasi pag naupo si Sara, mga kababayan, na wala yung ating Pangulo, hindi na ipagpapatuloy po yung investigasyon sa mga kaalyado nilang sangkot sa korupsyon. Diba? Yun ang mangyayari. Kaya desidido sila na patalsikin yung ating Pangulo. Kasi yung ating Pangulo, nilalabanan po yung korupsyon. Payag kayo sa ganun po? Of course, siyempre, hindi tayo papayag sa ganong agenda po nila. Tama pa?